Jury will see video of freak-offs. Yeah, I know this isn't a joking matter, but this guy is toast. So what's going on, everybody? If you're new to the channel, my name is waccd. I cover all sorts of things when I'm actually uploading, but that's besides the point. Today we'll be covering day 1 of the Diddy trial, and I also want to go over a video that I found bringing up some very concerning stuff that happened at this trial. But I mean, that's what you clicked the video for, right? We are talking about Diddy here. So without any further ado, let's hop straight into the video.
Graphic details that made Diddy's 3 daughters get up and leave the courtroom twice yesterday.
I'm not gonna interrupt like every 5 seconds because that pisses me off, but I have to say, damn. I mean, damn, Diddy's daughters are in the courtroom, but at the end of the day, the question is whether or not they should be there, and I think they should. If their father's a monster, like the media has portrayed him to be, like evidence has portrayed him to be, then, well, they deserve to know the full truth. I digress.
Yesterday was day 1 of the Diddy trial in Manhattan, and witness number 2 was a man named Daniel Phillip, and he is a male escort. He detailed his encounters with Diddy and Cassie, and he talked about the fact that Diddy liked to pleasure himself while watching Daniel and Cassie doing their thing. This was so graphic, apparently, Diddy's 3 daughters twice got up and left the courtroom.
What's up with all these rappers or known figures coming out as being a cuck, bro? What is this professional cuckazoidism? I just made a word. No, but seriously, I guess that's not unwarranted. Bro is found with like 1,000 bottles of baby oil. I know that for certain. So him being a cuck isn't much out the question. I mean, he's also a lot of things that are worse than a cuck.
He talked about baby oil, how Diddy wanted him to rub baby oil all over Cassie and Cassie to rub it all over him. Very graphic stuff. Daniel Phillip was actually a stripper before he met Diddy and Cassie and actually started doing S work just for them. Apparently, they paid him anywhere from $700 to $6,000 per encounter. But if he didn't perform well enough up to Diddy's standards, he wouldn't get paid at all.
That's crazy. Imagine putting in a long shift with the Didmeister and then dude says, nah, that wasn't quite good enough. Come back and do better for payment. Like, yeesh.
And he detailed the fact that Diddy liked to watch and kind of direct his activity, Daniel's activity with Cassie while sitting in the corner himself. He also alleged that he saw multiple violent encounters between Diddy and Cassie. One time, Diddy asked Cassie to come into the other room. Cassie said, hold up, I have something on my laptop, I'm going to close it out. Diddy went nuts, dragged Cassie into a hotel room, shut the door, and Daniel Phillip said that he heard slapping and hitting, and basically Diddy was like, if I say to come here, you come here. Prosecutor Maureen Comey did ask Phillip why he didn't call the police when he heard Cassie being abused, and he said he was petrified for his life. Diddy had security, and he knew that Diddy was powerful and that he could make him go away.
Alright, this is actually a great talking point, because what do you guys think? Do you think, as this guy, you're obligated to inform the police when something like this happens? I mean, this is physical abuse documented. First-hand witness is this guy who's now dragged into court because obviously the situation is well known now, blown out of proportion. Maybe blown out of proportion's not the correct choice of words, but by that I mean this was just conspiracy for the longest time, and now, well, it's an actual trial, and Diddy's gonna be put away for doing some really bad things if what he's accused of is actually what happened. Also, I have to point out that this photo she's using of Diddy, look at this, and then look at the photo of Diddy now. I mean, bro's aged 20 years after being in the prison system for 6 months. If Diddy is anything like Epstein, it's no surprise he's stressing so much. I mean, people like him do not fare well in the jailing system, if you catch my drift. Like, personally, I think that this guy had every right to come forward and probably should have came forward before all of this became super public knowledge and Diddy's actually on trial. I mean, this could have stopped a lot of people from getting hurt. But he's not wrong. Diddy isn't just some celebrity, no, he's powerful, he was powerful, and he is known for his connections. I mean, I don't live in Hollywood Hills, but I can only imagine some of the people that these celebrities just have in their contacts, just in case.
Can't imagine being in the courtroom and hearing these crazy details about your father. I can see why they left. Today, for day 2 of the trial, Cassie Ventura is expected to get on the stand and testify. It should be very interesting. Stay tuned.
And testify Cassie did. Say Cheese documents that Cassie confirms that she received a $20 million settlement from Diddy. Despite the $20 million settlement, when asked why she was testifying, she said that she couldn't carry it anymore, it being the truth of what Diddy has done. I definitely should have mentioned this earlier, but just so you all know, Cassandra Ventura, known professionally as Cassie, is an American singer who met Diddy when she was 19 and he was 37. They met in 2005, that also happens to be the year I was born, just to go to show how deep this rabbit hole is and how far back it goes, but anyways, she claims that Combs raped her in 2018 and that the abuse included frequent beatings and being forced to participate in freak-offs. Now back to the video. I started this video showing a part of an article mentioning that freak-offs would be displayed in court, and these freak-offs are indeed freaky as ever. I mean, there's documents I'm finding while researching this Cassie testifying bit, and I mean, you can just look at the screen if you want. Granted, Cassie was undergoing years of physical and mental abuse at this point, so I mean, it's not hard to picture she wasn't in her right mind state while at these freak-offs. But speaking of the freak-offs, this video could very potentially be shown in court if there is video evidence of it. From the artist who has won 3 Grammys to the artist being charged with sex trafficking, racketeering, conspiracy, and transporting to engage in prostitution. I mean, what a fall from grace. I mean, I could really dig myself down the rabbit hole here because the Diddy files go way back. If Diddy is capable of doing what he's been accused of, can you imagine what he's already done in the past? If this Diddy case is as interesting as the Epstein case and as deep-rooted, then this trial could last forever. But from what we've covered already, we know that Diddy's most likely definitely gonna get charged with domestic assault. He had a male prostitute, and my biggest question for this case is who else is gonna be implicated in these crimes? Before I wrap up the video, I wanna go over some of the caricatures taken, or rather drawn, because, I mean, some of them are a sight for sore eyes. Not that I could do any better, but it is something to look at and maybe get a giggle at you. So this photo depicts Diddy looking back away from the footage that's drawn, which I can only envision being the popular hotel footage of Diddy, where he drags his spouse around and, you know, crimes Diddy committed that was caught on tape, but was only released in 2024, 8 years after the crime was committed. Like I mentioned earlier, this is a rabbit hole that I could just keep digging myself down. So instead of doing that, I'm gonna wrap off the video by giving you the general public's view, or at least what I come to believe people think of the situation depending on where they stand. People on Team Cassie argue that Diddy used his influence to have her partake in these freak-offs, which Cassie now regrets. I only showed part of the hotel video earlier, but the feds have released the full unedited video of the Diddy and Cassie hotel fight, which occurred in Los Angeles, and well, that definitely doesn't help Diddy's case either, considering what you can depict from the video. Diddy and people on Diddy's side argue that Cassie was of age, hence it was all consensual. That's all I really have for the Diddy side, and I'm not gonna pretend like I'm the all-knowledgeable law student here. I am not. But it doesn't take a genius to know that the feds must have been building a case against Diddy to bring these charges to him for years. Long before this case was ever brought to the public, I'm sure the feds were locking in on him. Hence why the feds raided his house and all of this stuff was found, and why this footage is being released. I mean, it's not looking good for Diddy, no matter what way you put it. Cassie could just very well be the tip of the iceberg, and considering she's not even the plaintiff in this trial, yeah. I mean, like I said, this could just go on for ages, and if you want me to talk more about it, I'll do more research and make another video, but if you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, please. I tried my best to edit this video a little differently, and if you enjoyed that, let me know. Also, comment down your favorite food, and I'll heart your comment. With that all said, have a blessed day, everybody, stay out of trouble, and get some sleep tonight. Peace.